What's going on, guys? Couple issues that I want to address. I was up late last night, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, just kind of scrolling through some posts, and I had one member on the Smoke Performance page blasting us for a couple issues. Sorry for the noise in the background, but we got to keep the machine running. Anyways, he was blasting us on the carb. He was blasting us on the spark plug and the packaging that we use. So the first thing, with the Menace 85, the whole kit, it comes with a 21 millimeter clone Delorto carb, and your stock 66, 69 cc's come with an NT carb, which are about 15 millimeters. So obviously, this is what people are used to. There's not much tuning. You have a needle adjustment and you have a main jet. Is it a carb? Yes, it's a carb. It does the basic stuff. Is it a real carb like these two? No. These two have way more adjustability to dial in all of the throttle positions on the carb. So when we put the kit together, we needed a carb that was going to be pretty reliable. The size is going to fit the cc's of the engine. So we came down to the Delorto PHBG carb. It's been tested. We've sold well over 200 kits and have had very little issues with this carb. 9 times out of 10, the issues that we are seeing is installer issues. They're not installing the needle correctly in the carb. This will be another video that I will be making on how to install this carb correctly and for it to perform the way that it should. So the complaint with this carb is they couldn't get it tuned. It runs like crap. And I said, well, you need to tune it and get the proper jets or whatever. And he said we should send it pre-tuned. There's no such thing as sending a pre-tuned carb. It's impossible. That's not how it works. This carb, yes, it's a knockoff China carb. You're going to potentially have issues with any knockoff carb, even some name brand. So tuning this carb is a must on any engine. This carb will fit 1,000 different applications. So it comes from the factory with a starting point of jets that may or may not work on a particular engine. So when you order the kit, we tell you in the description, this must be tuned. We give you a link for the main jets that need to be used, and we give you a starting point on what needs to be used. So this carb has a main jet, has your needle, has a pilot jet, and it has a fuel screw, not an air fuel screw. So you have to adjust all of these in order for it to work properly. If you do not know how to tune a carb, I put a carb tuning 101 post on our website or on the Smoke Performance page to help you understand what each circuit does and how each jet affects the circuit. These carbs have been working really well. Yes, we get some bad ones here and there, but it's expected because it's not a $130 carb like the Polini CP carb. So during that, I'm explaining how this carb isn't really an issue. It's usually tuning or installation. Somebody else asked, what is the best carb to use on this engine? So we use the Polini CP carbs on all of our race engines. Okay, this is a $130 carb. Very easy to tune. You can get jets anywhere on treat land as well as you can, for this. Jets are not hard to find for this. So then he goes, well, you proved my point. They asked what the best carb is, and you said the Polini CP carb, which is saying that the Delorto carb is shit. No, they asked for the best carb to use on an 85cc. $130, $30. Then he says, well, I'm just going to get a Nibby carb from Amazon. Okay, Nibby's a knockoff carb. It's a PWK carb, just like any other fake OKO carb or whatever else you get on Amazon, you have to tune it the same way. It has all the same circuits that you have to change. They're not just bolt on and expect it to run perfect. That's not how it works. Elevation, temperature, ambient temperature, the modifications, the spark plug, there's humidity. There's so many different applications that this carb needs to be tuned in that it's just impossible to be pre-tuned. So again, we state on our website, order these jets and start here and go from there. If you have issues, refer back to my Carb Tuning 101 post. It will explain everything. If you have other issues, you message me and we will take care of the problem. If the carb has an issue out of the box, if something's broke or it's leaking or whatever, and it's something that's manufacturer related, we will take care of it. Everything is under warranty for the first 30 days. So if you have a problem with the carb, message me instead of blasting us on the page. Then he says, we send the kits with a shit spark plug. It's the same spark plug on every single kit that you get from China. It's enough to get the engine going. 9 times out of 10, they work fine. We also recommend, when ordering the kit, to upgrade to an NGK spark plug. You want the best plug, this is what you get. You get an NGK, you get a BR8 HS plug, and then you can throw this one away or keep it as a backup. We don't have any control over what spark plugs are used in these kits. If you wanted an upgraded plug, you could just go on Amazon and buy one, or go to your local auto parts store and buy one. We're not going to upgrade a plug on every single kit. It's going to cost thousands of dollars to do that, and it raises the price of the kit. We made this kit to be the most affordable performance kit out of the box. You get an upgraded carb, 21 millimeter PHBG carb instead of the NT, which is way too small. You get a CNC intake, which none others have. You have an MZ65 style pipe made for the 85cc. You get the whole kit for $400, and it puts out over 8 horsepower on a tuned right out of the box. So if you want a better carb, or you want better spark plugs, or you want better this, better that, the price is going to go up. We made the price to be affordable for anybody to put this kit on, change a main jet, and you have 8 horsepower out of the box without having to change anything. So, spark plugs is irrelevant because that's what they come with. We have no choice. The carb, yeah, we had a couple choices. This was the best choice in our opinion because it performed well on the dyno. They're pretty reliable for the most part, but just like any other Chinese carb, there's a potential for problems. So, and you can get this carb on Amazon. So if you needed parts or you just needed another one, whatever, you can still get that carb. It's not like, it's not a throwaway carb like this one is. Comes with an air filter. So, I don't know how else to address this other than, if you want something better, you can buy something better. But as far as the kit goes, for $400, you're getting the best kit available online with everything that you get for $400. Free shipping, okay, in the United States. So on that note, he also complained about shipping. We have the best packaging and shipping in the hobby, guaranteed, hands down, 100%. We've always been known for having, great packaging, very well packaged, not having damaged parts in the box. Okay, so he wasn't complaining about the shipping. He was complaining about the material that we use for shipping. So we package everything to not cause damage, but yet you didn't like what was being used in the shipping box. That doesn't make sense. I think it's just something to complain about. So We get shipments every day. We send shipments every day. We save all of the packaging, everything, so we can package these kits in the best way possible to not cause damage and to make the customer happy, to where they don't have to do any warranty claims and have to send them, parts that are broken during shipping. Because we know how USPS and how UPS, they don't take care of the packages. They get thrown around, so we know things are going to get broken, dented, whatever. We have been praised on our packaging and how well it is. So who does the packaging is my wife. Ethan's mother spends hours packaging these kits as best as they can be, so we do not have issues. You can't get that anywhere else. You go to BikeBerry, you go to Gas Bike, any of the big online stores, they ship it as they receive it from China. Things are broke, things are dented, things get damaged. So then now you're stuck dealing with trying to get replacement parts from Gas Bike or BikeBerry, which 9 times out of 10 you will not get. So to complain about the materials that we use in shipping is just ridiculous. There's nobody else that ships and packages like we do. So on the carb issues, I will make a separate video on how to properly connect, and showing all the main jets and all the circuits and how to connect the cable and stuff like that. The biggest issue that I have seen is people are installing the needle incorrectly. They're installing the needle in the wrong order, so it will not perform. It's really rich on the bottom end. It's doggy in the mid-range because it raises, the way that people are installing the needle, it raises the needle and makes your pilot and your mid-range super, super rich, but then they change the main jet and it's fine wide open. So I will make a video on what to do as far as hooking this up correctly and making sure it's installed correctly. That way you can get it tuned correctly. So if anybody has any issues with anything, you need to message us. Don't just go online and blast us, because our customer service, we take pride in our customer service, and try and take care of you as best as we can. All the engines that we do, I pretty much build, we get the bottom ends like this, and I build everything else. So I've got all my cylinders, I've got, pistons, rings, I got everything. So they're not just coming from China and we're shipping them out. We go through all the engines, which is why our engine reliability is very high. We don't have hardly any engine warranties, because I try and go through everything before I send it out. Packaging, broke parts, packaging is packaging. We try and package it as best as we can, and we use everything that we can that is available to us to make sure you get everything in the box in perfect order and not damaged, so we don't have to deal with any warranty claims. Spark plugs, upgrade them. You can use a stock one, but we always recommend upgrading to NGK. Carbs, if you don't like the carb, they've been pretty reliable. Most people have been happy with them. We're not changing that. That's the carb that we get. Some people upgrade or change to another carb, but any carb needs to be tuned no matter what you get, unless if you get a high-end CP carb, it's $130. Pretty easy to tune. Most people don't want to spend $130, but if you want the best option, this is what we recommend. Otherwise, the kit, we feel, is the best carb to go with the kit. It's super easy to tune. Parts are easy to get. So anything else, message me. Don't make videos and blast on redundant stuff that we explain what you need to do, or It's already in the listing, what you need to upgrade. You know, it's a $400 kit. How much better can we make it for $400? You get custom heads made for them, which is what we're doing now. That's not easy and it's not cheap. So that's a bonus. Nobody else offers that. So that's all I got for now. I will do another video on the carb when I get time here. So I got some other engines to build. So I will not name names to who was blasting us online over these little things. But if you have an issue, message me and I will try and take care of it as good as possible. So, all right, guys, take care.